this still the best princess dining at Disney World?
Princess Bear here. Today we are hanging out at EPCOT because it's time to return to the land of the Vikings.
We are going to Akershus Royal Banquet Hall.
Oh, we're hanging out with princesses?
Yes, for dinner.
Well, the menu has changed, so it's your number one choice of food infotainment. We're hanging out with the princesses, so you don't have to. I brought one too, so remember, she's vegan. I'm not wearing a crown this time.
It's time to foodie and chill.
All for the breads. The Norwegians are spoiling me. 4 whole rolls to myself. Now, Akershus, I always mess up the name, is served family style. So when you come here, especially when it's just me and the princess, your portions are probably going to be a little bit larger than normal because normally they're making it for a party, and honestly, for us, it's just single portions. They adjust some things, but for the most part, family style is the way to go. So I'm getting 4 rolls, flatbread, cheeses, all to myself. These dinner rolls first, and then they spoil me with cinnamon butter. The one butter for which I have an enormous weakness. I'm like the princess with this butter. I'm like, I want more. More. Norwegians make the best bread, and they have the best bakeries. Pillowy soft, sweet cinnamon, buttery, perfect roll. I could do with the plate of just that and the butter. I would pay for it later, but it might actually be worth it. I would give that a solid 4 out of 5 flowers. Not just a plain roll. Then we have the Norwegian flatbread. Now this is some of my favorite. You literally take some of the butter, roll that in there. And honestly, what I love to do is just roll it like a fruit roll-up. It's your little make your own crepe. Some of the best, flattest bread around. That 4.5 out of 5 plus. And we have a glorious spread of cheeses. You have the normal cheddar. You have this caramelized brown cheese, literally brown cheese. And this is the Jarlsberg cheese. I'm going to take little baby bear bites. I did come prepared for this eventuality because even though I can't have a lot of cheese, I do love cheese. Woo! That's sharper than the princess's wit. Got a little bite to it. It's like mozzarella soft, but like it bites back. I would give that a 3.89576 claws out of 5 claws. Then we have the brown cheese, the one I'm always looking forward to because I love all things brown. Yes. That's delicious. Now it's caramelized and literally it just melts in your mouth. It's like a church wafer. And food is my church. I would give that 4.5 out of 5 claws. Then we have the base cheddar. Probably the most boring cheese on the plate, but you gotta have a baseline, if anything. That's cheddar, all right. Sharp, orange, and it exists. But what I want this and the other cheeses are there. I give this one 3 out of 5 claws.
They do have the gluten-free allergy rolls here at Akershus, but for the vegans, they actually have a vegan roll with earth balanced butter, which I so appreciate. The last few times we came here, it's always been the Chef Mike gluten-free allergy bread. So to be able to get earth balance and a unique roll is something special. That bread and butter combo is very addicting. I love that. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessities item. I actually think they might be the same rolls as Bear. They just gave me earth balance instead. So that's cool.
So we're gonna butter this bread. Already it feels, this is not the same rolls. They are slightly more dense than the rolls that I got. That is a far different fry than the non-vegan bread, but it's definitely the best vegan bread I think we've had in quite a while. It's tasty, it's light, it's got a nice little like crisp on the outside, soft on the inside. No complaints. More vegan-only breads, you know? Give that one a 4 out of 5 claws. The newest of the new, we have a brand new shrimp salad here. So you have this nice bowl. It almost looks like a pasta salad, but it's light and herby. I smell dill. There's some green peppers in here, and very mayo-y. Not like mayo-y soup, but like a mayo-based shrimp salad at the very least. Got a hint of like dill and citrus. Think like a crab salad or a crab dip, and you're pretty close. It's got a nice sharp flavor. Doesn't taste briny or anything. That is a tasty shrimp salad. Honestly, I think it's an improvement. I think that's a wonderful salad. I would give that a 4.5 out of 5 claws. I think that it adds a lot. Obviously, it'll cost people who have shellfish allergies, but if you can have it, I think it's a tasty addition and it feels very region specific.
We get to share a beautiful salad with a Lingonberry Vinaigrette, which I love and am excited about. I believe that's what we had the last time we were here. Let me go ahead and give it a try. If I can get some leaves. The consistency of the vinaigrette almost gives like mustard, which is a little weird. It's a little off-putting. I love mustard though, so I'm not mad at it. But it's just a little weird. Not your average salad. I would give it a 3 out of 5 salads. It's like an adventurous salad. If you just want like a boring salad, this is definitely not the salad for you.
Never have too much salad. I know that some of you would scoff at a nice salad, but you know what? I like my greens. I didn't grow up to be this big and this annoying on only meat. I know that I've said that I like my salads lightly dressed. In this case, I could do a little bit more dressed, a little bit more punch. It's very subtle. A nice, crisp salad, fresh ingredients. Though I know I say I like my salads lightly dressed, I could do it a little bit more in this case. It needs to be a little bit more wet. Everything's crisp, nice little seasoning on it. It's not just plain salad, but I can use it more punch, more intensity. I would give it 3.25 out of 5 claws.
The newest vegan option on the menu is this plant-based meatball. Last time we came, it was just the sausage. Now, we get our own meatball. And I'm excited for this. Let's see what the innards look like. Oh, yeah. She's a thick one. You know what? I don't even think I'm going to be able to eat a whole one. I'm going to cut this one in half. All right. Look at that. Meaty, and so beautifully made. That is a very well-seasoned Impossible meatball. I got lingonberry sauce on the side so that I could put it with my Beyond sausage because that's what our cast member last time recommended. But with the meatball, I think I'm going to need to put lingonberry on that too. That is amazing. That is a really good addition. I would give that a 5 out of 5. That is a Princessities item. That is super yum.
The plant-based entrees are looking a little upgraded. An Impossible meatball. I would have thought that things here would be impossible. Not that we would get impossible. But I am excited. Look at that. That is a wonderfully seasoned meatball. I was just expecting like plain Impossible, cooked well, but like it's actually got some seasonings that make it taste like a Swedish meatball style. And for Impossible, that soaks up the flavor rather well. Could do with a whole bowl of those. Luckily, this is all you care to enjoy. I would give that 4.5 out of 5 claws.
I had to order more meatballs because they were that good. And the kitchen insisted on giving me some of this beautiful mushroom gravy. So I'm excited. I'm going to take a meatball. I'm going to dunk it in this gravy. Ooh, look at her. Yum. I think I just died and went to heaven. Wow. That is so good. I don't even like mushrooms, but it just adds like this beautiful little extra to it that I'm obsessed with. 5 out of 5, Princessities item. Order 5 meatballs when you come here.
Meatballs with the gravy. Not gravy, but gravy. Mushroom gravy. They should have come with a bowl of this to start, because even the gravy, that looks amazing. That takes an excellent flavor. Just elevates it. The mushrooms really help the meatball like sort of like stand out, while giving it a little bit of like extra layer and complexity that like your mouth will thank you for. Who knew they would just have gravy just sitting around at the back? That 5 out of 5 flaws. You have meatballs with a little bit of lingonberry on top. Now there is supposedly some gravy in here as well. I'm not sure if they're referring to the lingonberry sauce as the gravy. I feel like there's some gravy underneath as well. It's kind of hard to tell given the color gradient. We're just going to try a little bit of this meatball sauce. It's dense, that is for sure. There's something about the way the Norwegian meatball hits. Much different than like an Italian meatball or even an American meatball. It's well seasoned, it's tender. They're not like a uniform shape, but actually that's a little bit better because it holds the seasoning well. More surface area. I would give that a 4.5 out of 5 flaws.
Next up, we have some olive oil potatoes. These are different from the regular potatoes that you get here. Nice and thick. They got skin in and no sauce, but that's fine. Nice and creamy. I love the texture of them. The skin is beautiful. I'll give them a 4 out of 5 potatoes. I saved some butter so I can throw them on there, and it's going to be a good experience.
World over, I don't know very many regions of the world they don't like mashed potatoes. Or potatoes, period. They may be regional potatoes or regional root vegetables, but like at some point you're going to mash it on a plate with stuff. So why not? Even in this case, some nice olive oil potatoes. I love what they do here, being like making them herb forward, not just resting on the olive oil to just like be a plain mashed potato. That does happen. That can be kind of boring. These are actually well seasoned in addition to just being olive oil mashed potatoes, and I can rock with that because it rocks with me. I give that 3.75 out of 5 flaws. Mashed potatoes with the lingonberry and a little bit of residual gravy. Nobody, at least not me, is mad about that. They are thick. They ain't going nowhere. I could spackle a house with this. Buttery, soft. If you told me it was mashed potato ice cream, I believe you. That's the level of like smooth and consistency it is. That is wonderful. I'd give that 4.75 out of 5 flaws. So we have a nice little fillet of salmon with this tomato confit here on top. Nice and flaky, beautiful. I love getting a side of fish at any all-you-care to enjoy. I know conventional wisdom says you go for the meatiest of the meats, but to me, as a bear, the salmon is the meatiest of the meats. King, almost even. I like it when you use the acidity of other items to sort of like mellow out the brininess of like seafood, but I don't want to get rid of that brininess. That's some of the character, some of the flavor of good seafood. This strikes that nice balance. You get the acidity of the tomatoes with the flakiness of the fish, and together it's almost like ice skating on your taste buds to like classical music. I've never ice skated in my life. I don't know. I would give that 4.5 out of 5 flaws.
Our old friend, the Beyond sausage, is still here, and I had to get Lingonberry Jam to dip in it because we learned that is the hack that you need with this. Oh, I'm excited. That tastes like Christmas. I absolutely love that. I mean, a Beyond sausage is Beyond sausage on its own, but when you add something to zhuzh it up, that's when you make magic, and that's where we're at with this. So I would give it a 4.75 out of 5 Beyond sausages. This is one of the better ones that you can get on Disney property, and not mad at it. Order 5.
We love traditions and recommendations from our servers all across Walt Disney World because they don't hold back on what they like, don't like, different combinations. So this sort of like always trying to be on the Lingonberry. It's going to be something that we do every single time we come here. Don't be afraid to ask for it. It is vegan, and they will give you as much or as little as you want. The Lingonberry really does something for it. It gives it like a festive vibe. A little bit of sweet and a little bit of savory in the sausage. It just sort of worked without going like overboard to like candy territory. I think it's very tasty and awesome addition. Beyond, there's a lot for people with some more challenging allergies, and adding with Lingonberry sends it to the moon. Like Artemis 2. 3? Artemis 2. I give that 4 out of 5 claws.
I read Beauty and the Beast.
Really? My story?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you must know all my enchanted friends too.
Yes, we actually went to the Enchanted Castle recently.
Oh my goodness. Well, wonderful. Then I'll have to tell Beast I got to see.
Yeah.
How special. You think I'm quite a good host lately, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm very proud
He
of
bows
it.
and everything.
And everything I know at his dance moves.
You've improved his manners so much.
What did you say?
You've improved his manners so
Oh,
much.
well, thank you. I think between me and Mrs. Potts, he's a true gentleman.
You've done good work.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Chicken, nice rotisserie. It's almost a half chicken, being a portion by myself. I get this humongous piece of chicken to eat, and I am not complaining. Juicy, seasoned, got a nice roast, and cheddar on the edges. Nothing I enjoy more. That is a very tasty, juicy piece of chicken, seasoned very well, and honestly, it just dances in the mouth. I could do with an entire plate of that and just eat it with my hand. Giving it the respect it deserves. I would give that a solid 4.25 out of 5 claws.
The entire vegan vegetable option changed. It used to be cabbage. Originally, it was red cabbage. Then they switched it to green cabbage. Now it's just like a seasonal vegetable. So I have like zucchini, I guess. Not mad at it. It's just interesting. It's sort of like a vegetable medley where they toss everything together lightly in some oil, and they didn't really... I mean, I do see some seasoning, so maybe they added some thyme and basil, maybe salt, pepper, and that's it. But when you saute it with peppers, all of the other vegetables just take on that pepper flavoring. So even though I just ate a zucchini, there's some orange peppers in here, and they have basically led to the flavor of everything. There's also a red pepper I see in here. I thought it was a tomato. It's not. So it's basically just peppers. I think that's a Brussels sprout. No, it's not a Brussels sprout. It's another veggie. And then zucchini. It's very well made. It's just different, and I miss the red cabbage. I would give it a 2.5 out of 5 vegetables. This used to be unique, and now it's just like I could go to Garden Grow and get basically the same thing.
A nice array of veggies. Now, honestly, I look at this and it just makes me miss the cabbage. I like the cabbage. Different colors and all. I just felt more special. You know what I mean? And I don't say that about cabbage very often. So, I mean... It's okay. It tastes like health food. It tastes too good for me. I'm in a theme park. It's fine. I love orange and yellow peppers, so I'll take those any day of the week over like a green pepper. And yes, it is one of the more powerful vegetables on the plate, but with the zucchini, which, you know, zucchini is fine, but zucchini doesn't really taste like a whole lot. So, in addition to peppers, it's fine for me. I think as a medley, it at least works. But I still miss the cabbage. Give that 3.25 out of 5 claws. I will admit that one place as a foodie that I am deficient is when they say seasonal vegetables. Sure. Okay. I don't know what the seasons for veggies are. I live in Florida. I don't get real seasons. So I don't actually know what vegetables are in seasons or not. If you put meat on the plate and you tell me it's seasonal, I'm basically just taking you at your word. I don't have farmer connects. I could use some. So farmers, you tell me, what are the traditionally seasonal vegetables? We are in spring, early summer, summer junior in Florida. You tell me that these are seasonal vegetables, because honestly, I don't have the slightest idea. I get an array of veggies, very similar to what the Princess got, and then I get the most mutant-sized zucchini this side of Walt Disney World. Asparagus. The most mutant-sized asparagus this side of Walt Disney World. I don't remember seeing ones this big in Living with the Land, but it has been a little bit since I read it, so I'm just gonna go all in. I'll admit, they taste really similar to the veggies on non-vegan plate. I think there may be a hint of butter. Maybe the only real difference. The seasonings are basically the same. It's just very strong veggie forward. Nothing wrong with that, because you know what? Kids, eat your veggies. If you want to grow up and have your own YouTube channel and make lots of friends on YouTube, you got to eat your vegetables first. Otherwise, I will never sign off on your parents giving you a camera. I just won't. Give that 4 out of 5 claws. Piece de resistance. Not really. It's mac and cheese. Mac and cheese all around the world. People like cheese. They like pasta. They like adding cheese to pasta. It makes sense. It's nice and creamy and nice thick, like nice macaroni noodles. Thicken. Do I need this big a bite? No. But we commit to our mistakes. Yes, I chickened out of that last minute. Don't judge me. That is very cheesy. I remember liking this mac and cheese. I don't know if it gives me the same feeling as before, but when I'm applying it to the thoughts in my head of the different mac and cheeses I've been able to consume around Walt Disney World, while it is good, hoopty mac and cheese is still king. That just is what it is. Hoopty mac and cheese is worth sleeping on the bathroom floor for. Every time. I give this a 3.75 out of 5 claws.
As it is a Christmas tradition to drink aquavit, this is the only place you can get aquavit at Epcot, so we had to get it, and it is vegan. So strong, so beautiful, so delicious. I would give it a 4 out of 5 aquavits.
When in Norway, you do as the Norwegians do. It's not the holidays, but we're doing aquavit every meal, which is every time we come here. Got to put them in categories. There's aquavit, you have sambuca, and then there's limoncello. I'm not sure which has the biggest initial punch, but they're all in the same friend group. They hang out, they hit hard. I would give that 3.5 out of 5 claws. So we have cider, because why not a cider? We have the Krogan leg, Swedish strawberry and lime. We get this same cider at Raglan sometimes, and it is vegan and gluten-free. Now, a nice little pour, give the people what they want. Yeah. Cheers. There's one thing about this cider, it tastes 100% like it said. It's strawberry, strong strawberry, with a hit of lime. You get some ciders that feel weak, like you're not getting like that full flavor. You definitely feel like you're drinking a liquefied strawberry with a touch of lime, and I love that. 4 out of 5 claws.
Last time we were here, we were able to request the apple cake that they serve for breakfast, and this time I requested it and we got it again. Last time we came, I only got the cake and I did not get the gelato, and I ate it wishing that I had them both. And so this time I do, though they do come with these cute little cookies too. It's like a Mickey. So I have to just finally satisfy this thought that has been living in my head for like 2 years, I want to say. Cheers. Once you eat this cake this way, you're never going to want to eat it another way again. This is the stuff of dreams. This is incredible. This is a 5 out of 5. This is a Princessities item. Everybody needs this in their lives. Please request this. Or maybe Disney just put this cake on the menu for breakfast and dinner.
It's funny the different places that partake will show up. Ears in a gelato, but nothing takes a candle to this apple cake. A little bit of warm, a little bit of cold. That is the thing of vegan dreams. That apple, the cinnamon, the cold gelato. That is true dessert. Honestly, at this point, this needs to be their dessert. Just a top of gelato on top of the apple cake. Just make it all day. With that, a 4.75 out of 5 claws. Arriving at dessert, we have 2 brand new desserts, and then the traditional dessert here, you have an Ariel cake pop, a bell mousse dome on top of a little cookie, and then the traditional Norwegian classic with the sauce and the cheese. This is by far my favorite, so we're going to start with that and then go to the new stuff. Go ahead and just dig in the wonderful berries and the cheese. Excellent. Risking it for the biscuit. I need more Norwegian friends. And I feel like I said the exact same thing the last 2 times I was here. And still, all this time later, I have more Norwegian friends. You're hiding out there. I'm going to find you. We are friends now. Especially if you make me this. That 4.75 out of 5 claws. Delicious. Now, the desserts being in like this sort of like half-gilded cage where you are freeing the princesses, there is no me portion. So it just brought me 4 massive cake pops, Ariel themes. You have like the mermaid sparkle in there with a little tail on a gigantic stick. And it's cakey. I don't know how I'm supposed to eat this other than just devour it and hope that I don't make a horrible mess all over the table and myself. It is a very good thing that nobody ever told me that mermaids taste so good on the inside. Or I might have sided with Ursula. It'd be Flotsam, Jetsam, Bear, and Ursula. That's delicious. I want more of those. If I had a purse, all of those cake pops would be going in it. 4.75 out of 5 claws. Last up, we have this super pretty mousse dome. Now, I feel that if we're going to get a bell mousse dome and an Ariel cake pop, where is the Aurora mini cakes and the Tiana mini beignets? I feel robbed. Colored mousse, no particular flavor, but good consistency. The cookie is a nice touch. It's a tasty little dessert. It is not as good as a cake pop, but it is still really good. I would rank them if I had to. Cake pop, the traditional Norwegian dessert, and then the bell mousse dome. Take the information and do what you will. 4 out of 5 claws. We love it when a group of princesses summons us home.
I really enjoyed our meal. I am completely full. I will say that I do unexpectedly miss the cabbage a lot.
The cabbage really make this place feel like unique. Now it just feels like a random veggies on a plate.
It is nice though, as a vegan, to finally have a bread instead of like something that's not, and a gravy. This is like everything that we came to see the last time that we came to do this menu update, and now it's finally here. I'm so glad that it just manifested. Also,
I'm begging somebody in Disney Culinary to please give us aquavit outside of
Kringlo's right here. We'll
aquavit
take it there.
Everywhere. That, and I need those cake pops. I could have taken that entire cage with me out the door if I thought they probably would have tackled me if I tried. Those were delicious. I could have skipped every dessert and just had 4 cake pops. That'd been completely fine.
I will also say the timing in that restaurant is a little weird as far as food to princess. Sometimes you'll get bombarded with princesses. Sometimes you'll get bombarded with food. You don't really know which one is going to come first. So you just got to be prepared to just kind of like roll with it when you're there.
You got to be a leaf on the wind sometimes.
Yes.
But we want to know how you guys feel about the new offerings here, or when's the last time you decided you want to come over and hang out in this banquet hall? Let us know in the comments below. As always, if there's anything else you can see us do, the comments will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell and see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will become the well, you are always an aqua bear here.
I will get you drunk, so I mean that's accurate and on point. You heard the girl.